5960, which is this demand zone. But it was just looking at the chart, it was a choppy ass day. So it really seems like I shouldn't have traded at all this day.
I remember that day. I didn't trade.
Low consolidation, failed breakdown at key demand, hesitated on the first bounce. Oh yeah, there was this one I think was a really good long, but I hesitated on it. That was probably the only setup I should have taken, and I missed it, so then I started forcing shit.
Oh, perfect. Look at those limit orders.
CVD's falling going into the open. Aggressive selling. What time was this at? Is this the 2 minute? Yeah. 40, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 648. Should I just go to 648? Okay. So this one, rather than calling it a retest, reclaim level retest, this one's a trapped sellers here because we're at demand or the key demand zone, and I'm looking for sellers, these aggressive sellers here to be trapped to take the bounce. So right now we are at. Let me just back it up a little. So this is that aggressive selling at 648 here. You can see the large volume selling off. Obviously, these are a little harder with the SVP because there's no price underneath here, so that does annoy me. But you
So
can see
on that confirmations list, would you consider that a low value node?
that's tough. I don't know. I
I don't
don't know
think I
what's.
would.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But what I do like about this is look at how aggressive this selling is. Now we have limit orders stacking up. Look at CVD, it's starting to rise already with this buying that's happening here.
Hey Eloy, when you enter trades, do you zoom in what for your entry?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I can't see
I just
shit
barely,
zoomed out.
figured that out 2 weeks ago.
No, yeah, zoomed in like a bubble will block like a good amount of space if I'm not zoomed in enough.
Yeah, for sure.
I won't realize that it's been tapping it.
Why did I hesitate here? This is so clean. Look at this buying that stepped in, and now it's
Yep.
coming back down. On this next volume push, I should be entering. CVD's rising. We're in my key demand.
Damn, dude.
Have a stop under 49.
Dude, the day we catch one of these good ass rallies is gonna be such a good day.
On a couple of
I
contracts.
still haven't got $100
Same, dude.
win. And look at how the limit orders are staying aggressive selling here. I want to see the pop though. This is good here. It's not falling with all this selling. Is CBD still making higher low? Yup. This is where the patience really gets me. It's like I need to see that pop come in.
An aggressive pop.
Yeah, but I feel like the pop didn't look aggressive, and that's probably why I missed it. I think it was
Mm,
slow. Yep, because I remember hesitating right here. I was like, is this it? and I fucking froze.
Damn, that sucks. That 59 would have scared me.
That was it. Fuck, oh my gosh. But look, right here on how the way it like, what 59 would have scared you? Oh, the limit orders?
Yeah.
See how here, like, it's kind of like hesitating a little? That's what threw me off. Oh, wait, did I back up too far? I did back up too far.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, right here. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Right here. I wanted to see this pop show me more volume the way this volume comes in, but it doesn't always happen like that is what I've realized. Like the volume pop kind of has a little delay to it almost. This shit is taking forever. There it is. Look at all the volume that steps in right after that.
You didn't take.
But it's
Damn.
such a clean setup. It's frustrating. All the way to VWAP.
How many points was that?
From say you entered at 54, 55 to 67.
That's not bad.
I hate that I don't know this math in my head like that.
Wait, 54 to 67? That's only 12 points, I think, or 13 points.
Minus 59, 54, 13 points. With the 49, damn, that's a far stop. That's not the best risk to
If you got
reward.
if you got a 51 though,
Yeah. See
That's it.
that's where what?
I mean that technically looks like the second tap, right?
Yeah, for sure. The thing that stopped the reason why I didn't enter mostly is because this little pop here, which is where I would have wanted this green volume to occur, didn't happen, and I was looking at volume, and I was like, I don't know if this is the pop here. So then I would have had to have ended up entering up here, but once it was up here, I was like, damn, that's far risk that I didn't really want. So it's like I have to learn how to read this little push right here. Because if you could get in anywhere right here, that's clean.
Yeah.
And I think what should be convincing to me is the fact that one, we popped here, two, we're at my demand level, three, we have the limit order, and four, CBD made a higher low on the pullback. The confirmations are there. I just was scared, really, on this little pop. Fuck. But do you see, Eloy, how I pointed out all the things that I keep mentioning? CBD making a higher low. Look at how here the selling comes down. CBD is making new lows. On this pop, market pops up, and then on this next pullback, CBD is higher than this low that it made over here. That's a bullish signal right there. Plus the limit orders that appear here, that's a bullish signal there. Plus the volume starts to shift and not much selling is occurring on this pullback, that's a bullish signal there. The only thing that didn't align here was that there wasn't a low SVP node. But everything else was there.
Would you get confused like in where the price is at right now, like that little low SVP node?
What little low SVP
Yeah,
node?
that area.
Here?
Yeah. Or would that
Well,
be like
that's
a
what
target?
messed me up because when I missed this trade, now was looking over here to get long, but hmm, what what time? 6:57. I took the long. So yeah, it did confuse me actually. Let me see where it was. So I got long 6:57.44. It's pulling back to my 59.57's my demand. That's what I messed up on here. I used the low SVP node and not necessarily a key level that aligned with. I just used the low SVP node, not a key level that aligned with the low SVP node. And I don't think you were here when I mentioned it, but ChatGPT had said low SVP node is not mandatory. Like it's preferred, it's just not mandatory. Um, which is why this worked down here because everything else aligned, but we didn't have a low SVP node. And in this case, I was just relying on the low SVP node almost. So yes, to answer your question, I would get confused.
And when it comes to entries or setups with the low SVP node, where exactly do you place the entry and the stop? Because I think I keep
What do you
trying
mean?
to make my entry my stop so that I can get it as close as possible to like the risk.
Uh, I don't really understand the question.
So like let's just assume that where it's at right now, like it's coming up to that little low SVP area, like that just big empty
Yeah,
space. Where would be your
yeah.
entry right there? Because the way I remember is we're supposed to look at the little peaks as like the wall that's preventing it from going past that.
These
Like,
peaks?
yeah, like that's to be like the resistance if it's gonna go above it,
Hmm.
like for a short. So then I would like, but I'm assuming what would the stop be like if you're trying to take that short? If that was like a
For me,
hypothetical.
I would base the stop where the limit above or below the limit orders. So say this was the low SVP node here, and price was coming down into here, and I'm looking for an entry, and I see one aggressive pop. Okay, that's one signal. Then I see price come back down and test it, and the limit orders are still sitting there. Now I want to see another pop with CVD aligning, volume aligning, but I would set my stop under these limit orders. So say my entry is 52, my stop's gonna be under here. So like 49, let's say
Mhm.
49.50. The same way I had explained here. See how if you got in right, let's say 52 or 53, your stop is under 50.
That makes sense. I think I've been making my entry prices and stops based off the like CVP stuff that I'm seeing. So like I'm like okay, if the
You mean
peak,
the SVP?
the SVP, so I was like, if the peak is like the resist, like let's say it's coming up to the like those peaks of volumes in the SVP. I'm like, all right, so if that's the wall, that is going to be the resistance. Like I'll try to make that exact area right there where you're at, like my stop, and then maybe at the bottom of the peak where the 58 price, like the entry right there. No, a little lower, like the
You're
58.
talking short?
Yeah, like that's just a hypothetical. Not that that's what I see, but I'm looking at how I look at low SVP nodes.
Remember that this session, the SVP is just showing you where volume occurred. It's not necessarily showing you what's exactly happening in order flow at that moment. Limit orders is showing you exactly what's happening in that moment. So in this case, if there was a bunch of volume peak right here, or even if there wasn't, like limit orders are telling me that there's a wall. Don't really look at this as the wall. Look at the limit orders as the wall.
I think the COB will tell you a better story, but the limit orders.
Yeah. Look at how here there's large volume that aligns with what we see on the limit orders here.
And look at the one at 5970 too. 5970.
Oh yeah, look at how it sticks out and there's large limit orders there. SVP is just telling us the action that occurred there. So here, the reason we see a lot of volume here is because look at how choppy we are. All the volume is just in between this area.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't necessarily look at SVP as the wall, but look at limit orders as the wall.
Yeah, I think I had it reversed lately, and it was more of like the last couple of times we reviewed when we were talking about low SVP nodes, and I think I just took away something from it that I'm like, all right, that could have kind of made sense, but you gotta adjust. Like it's not that's not necessarily the end all be all. You gotta look at the heat on the map of the COB.
Yeah,
For
use
sure.
use low value nodes as zones, like a demand zone. You don't just enter right as it taps it. You know, you let it trade inside the zone first, and then you take the trade.
Mm.
Low value
Yeah.
nodes aren't just a line of support; they're a zone of support or a zone of resistance. So let price digest inside that, and then decide whether or not you want to take a trade.
Okay. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
1000%. But for this day, I think that was the best opportunity there. I mean, here there might be something, but it pulls back down to what is 54. I don't even know if I was here for that. 7. Oh, it was. But look at here, even here, the limit orders stack up again. It's a little harder to read, but you get that pop, and then this limit. Let's just rewind to.
It's kind of crazy because I think like about a year ago when we were learning about this, but we don't know what we know now. I feel like we stepped away from limit orders because we just took them as spoof orders,
Right. That's what I
Yeah,
was thinking too.
and now we're
I
getting
remember.
back into like using it.
Yeah.
but it's
But they're
also
so
because
important.
the algos were throwing me off, so I just started ignoring the limit orders.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. It's crazy
Okay,
how like no, just go for it. I don't care.
aggressive selling here. You could see it. Oh shit, gotta zoom in more to see it. But aggressive selling, super aggressive now. Limit orders stack up, and you get a pop. And this limit order appearing, if it doesn't disappear, then it's a bullish signal if it holds it on the pullback to it.
CVD line making higher highs, higher
Yep,
lows.
CBD line making higher highs.
Even on
Aggressive
this
sell
aggressive
to that limit order,
still made a higher
and
low.
yep.
And now it's going down.
Now you want to see buying shift like this. As long as green volume bars start to come in, this is good.
And
You
look
gotta
how many
be in.
chances it gives you.
You gotta be in. It's a tough one to sit through it if I'm just looking at the candles here because it wicks a couple times.
This drop right here did not make a lower low. So this is a bullish signal. That little
Yep.
spike down.
Especially looking at CVD, it's just climbing.
Yeah. And limit orders appearing like
I was
staircases.
about to say that.
Yeah,
I
this is
would be
clear.
scared with these limit orders, but the way price is pushing is good.
Yeah. The green volume is so much more than the red volume.
Yep.
even
Even
as
on
it
the
goes.
pullback. You're
Yep.
about to say that.
Yep. Dude, I'm just glad we're seeing the same thing, man. Fuck. Yes, bullish for sure. Clean.
Oh, and Eloy, see how here I said you had to be in around right here, like 55. Your stop could be under 52. 52, 53, 54. But that's 3 point stop. Beautiful.
Right there.
And
Why
look how
did
many
you pick
chances.
55 again?
What?
Right there where we're at. Why did you pick 55 again for the entry? Is it just what happened earlier in the day?
Because of the action I was just seeing right now. So if we had this limit order, I wanted to see it pull back to it and hold, and I wanted to see the shift of buying come in. So here we had aggressive selling, and now we got that pop here. It pulls back into this limit order. You see the red volume. CBD is making a higher low, and I want to see the shift in buying start to come in.
This is the more patient part.
Yeah, look, this right here is already a good signal. As long as we keep holding above and pushing,
But
the
keep in
shift
mind
in buying.
CBD also.
Yeah, look at how the shift in buying volume is coming in. I said 55. That was like around right here.
And it gives you like three chances to enter.
What's key to me when I'm looking at volume is that shift. Because look at how here it was super aggressive selling. Obviously, the buying on this pop comes in. I don't want to be in here just yet. I want to be in around this area. Someone can even consider this to be an entry. I personally would be a little nervous still, but the way this buying shift here occurs is so good to me. That is my entry signal personally. Obviously, I want CBD to make the higher low, the limit orders to be there, but my signal to enter is when I see the buying volume shifting like that.
That's clean.
And if you entered around here, 55, you set that stop under these limit orders, 52, that's good risk. Targeting VWAP, your risk to reward is almost cleaner here than it was on this one.
Yeah. This one's way cleaner. But do you see how confirmations are synchronizing with each other as you let price do its thing?
Yeah.
Also,
It's such a more clear view and clear mindset that you can be in if you just let price do its thing, right? But
you can even call this a reclaimed level retest because we broke under the pre-market low, popped above it, and then on the pullback, yeah, it dips under it, but it still gets bought up. It still gets bought up on the hold there. So it reclaims the pre-market low and holds it and then pops. That's all I got for this day. That was two good setups that I missed. Great. Such a good progress.